Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, wishing you a very happy Groundhog Day. And in honor of Groundhog Day, we have a little hop going on where it started last year, and we were to pick a layout that we would scrap lift, a layout of our own that we would scrap lift, and then we're going to scrap lift it every Groundhog Day for the rest of our lives. And so my original was this one that was a guest design page that I did for a company that sent me those lovely products. And it's basically a triangle of paper here, another triangle of paper here. In this case, I had a white background, and then I clustered a whole bunch of stuff around my photo. Last year, when I lifted it, I had a paper that's not exactly the same, but this was actually, the paper was printed this way with the teal here, the light pink here, and the salmon pink there. So to mimic the leaves that were in this, I put some leaves here. I scrapped a photo from our trip in December, January to Florida, and put a lot of beachy kinds of things, used some old supplies. I recognize that as a Bo Bunny ephemera piece from many years ago. And so they're very different looking, but you can kind of see the similarities. Today I'm going to go back to this design with the triangles, and my picture will be in the same spot, but I expect it's going to look a lot different. I went into my scrap backwards kit before I show you the photo, and I had this paper, which is the one that has the chocolates on it, and it's a nice black and white on the other side. And from that same line was this paper, and it's Sweet Talk by Simple Stories, was this one. In there was also this paper that I believe is crepe paper. So I figured if I did it that way, I really like this wood grain, so I'm going to put the pink on first. And that led me to another Simple Stories. I had a 6x8 tablet, and it's something to do with autumn or fall. I forget the name of it now, and I have put it away with my Simple Stories supplies because I have an idea for a layout coming up when we do Simple Stories Saturday next time. So I can't tell you the name of that collection, but you'll probably recognize it. So this covers up that corner that I cut off. I cut that corner off so that I could punch a circle for the circle-y layout that I did recently. And once I kind of decided on these papers, I was led to that Simple Stories collection, and it had, I'm looking throughout my kit, and I found this, and I thought that would be kind of cute. And in the stash kit that Adam sent me were this set of foam titles, and I like this word sweet. It's in exactly the same color pink as this, and there's like a cotton candy and some pink hearts and stuff I thought I could use. And I found this paper to mat, and I had all that picked out before I ever found a photo. So I said, okay, what photo do I have in my 12 box project box? And I recorded this in January, or I am recording it in January, so I'm using the January box, box 1. And I found this photo of John feeding goats, and I have to tell you that I have no idea where this was. It was in April of 1983, so I know when it was. I'm going to say that it was a, I know that we had a kind of a Texas history sort of trip to Central Texas, to some of the historic sites in the state's history. That was kind of part of a school assignment. It wasn't, you know, there weren't other kids and we weren't with teachers and stuff, but there were some locations that were listed in an itinerary to visit. And we stayed on and went to a park that I believe is no longer there. In fact, I think it went away not too long after we were there. But it had like almost like a petting zoo. I guess that's what we would call it. I don't think that's what it was called then. I think it was called a wildlife park or something. And there are several photos that are from there, and they're actually on different rolls of film, developed at different times, but I'm sure it's the same trip. But it doesn't matter because I thought this was a sweet photo and I love it, and I don't want to not scrap it. So that was my thought. But it's not one that I think I need to have in my digital archives. It's okay that it exists only on this page. So I've taken the only copy of that photo and trimmed it down. There was a pole, and then here's the feeder that he was getting the feed out of. What a racket. They have you insert coins so you can get feed to feed the animals that they're responsible for. So that was kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm just going to start piling things on. I've chosen a couple of black tabs, also from my Scrap Backwards kit, because I kind of want to bring this black and white into the story. I thought maybe I would do this on top of that tab. So the tab just kind of shows off to the side of it, and maybe I can tuck a flare in there. So I guess first I ought to, well, I kind of need to see where that's gonna go. I don't want to cover up too much of the goats. So I guess right here is good. And then here. And let's see what flare I have. I have this kind of beigey one, this sort of pinkish beige stripe, and this teal. I think I might put the teal up here because it kind of brings that color up. And I'm gonna go, let's go with the beigey one. I'm doing a little bit different. And I'll just kind of hide it there so you can see it. And I may put this one over here. It's hard getting the backing off these. These are glue dots, and they're part of the adhesive collection that I had that I'm trying to use up before investing in more foam dots. And I'm gonna say that this is almost more trouble than it's worth. I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, that kind of, I guess, encompasses, or, you know, kind of holds that in. I like that. I have this pink star that I wanted to use, but I kind of wanted to minimize its impact, kind of use it more as a background item. And I had this fussy cut camera. The camera's great, but I think the colors don't work with this composition, so I'm going to keep that. And instead, I think I'm going to use maybe that leaf right there, and maybe I have some other Rosie Studio tropical foliage, and then see if I can, if I do that right there, I think that would be kind of cute. And then I do the camera somewhere in there, and the flare maybe right up in there. Okay, so given all of that, I'll put the tab down. And again, this kind of is specifically for the purpose of bringing that into the composition. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I probably ought to put it on foam. It's chipboard, and it probably won't stay where I put it. Okay, there. And then this is just a one-off leaf that I have left from a Prima set of flowers and leaves. Because I want that little bit to show, that's leading me to the placement there. And then that can actually go inside there. Let me get a little glue. And take the backing off here. Maybe right there. And then I have a cork camera. That I can slide in right there. And I may look for a jewel or something to put in there. Now, let me get I have this leaf too, which could maybe go up there or even down here. But I don't like that one as well as I like these. So to repeat that, I thought I might put one of these down here. Okay, that works. I have these kind of orangey arrows. That I thought might be cute. I'm gonna go with them. And I want them to look like they're really just kind of sitting there on top of the cluster. Don't want them necessarily to look glued down. So I'll leave that there. And I need to get the title on or it won't fit. There's some really cute pictures of John and James. And in '83, what was James? 9. He was, in this case, he wouldn't have been quite 9. It would have been 8. Okay, so I can start this. Let's see, do I want the fern or these leaves over the S? I'm gonna need something. I'm gonna need it to go in here somewhere. See, I should have, let me take that off. I'll figure out a place to put it later because this needs to be up closer to the photo cluster. Okay, and now I'll put some more glue on it and we'll find, it'll point at John instead of at the goat. Kind of scrape that off. Okay, so there's sweet there. Let me do this. Cotton candy. I'm sure if we were at an amusement park and it was available, I'm sure we managed to partake. Let me put that there, and then I can put this, even though it's foam, I'm gonna treat it like it's chipboard. And put a little glue on it. Now I have some tickets. I pulled tickets in kind of coordinating color schemes. This is more of a travel ticket. This would work. This combination of tickets I think would work. For there, let me staple them together. And then I'll cut the bottoms off so I can use them for something else. And I'll tuck them in behind this guy, behind the tab there, our label. Okay, and I'm kind of wanting to do something down here. There's another ticket that's not quite the right color, but I do have this. Not crazy about that. This was cut off of something else. I thought I could use it, but it really isn't the same as the others, so I don't like it. So how about I pull this pink heart and put it that way, and this other one and put it right there. And I have these that are in the right color palette. They are from a Maggie Holmes parasol embellishment kit. That was part of what Scrappy Adam sent me, and I know where he got it because I got one too. I subscribed to the same kit, and I've used all of my others. I'm just gonna, how do I want to use these? I'd like something to differentiate that, but this isn't gonna do that. I'll just kind of place them tucking under some things that are there. How about like right here? It kind of adds a little bit of shine and an unexpected kind of element there. Let me see if this would fit in the camera lens. I think it will, and that will add a little bit to there. And now I have one more, and I'll use it over here by this flare. And then I'll sprinkle the pink ones like sequins or dots. Okay, there. And yes, Helen, I'm using brown. This Simple Stories collection, as I said, was a fall line. And I don't want those lined up like an equilateral triangle. And so there are some browns. In fact, the background of this was brown. You can kind of see that it's an exaggerated sort of wood grain. Okay, so I think I'm done. I was maybe going to use this Hello Happiness somewhere up in here, but I don't think I need it. I was going to maybe use this little jar of bees because I thought it was cute. Don't think I need it, although if I'm about using things, let's use it. Let's just use it. And you know, that's what could have been used over here to separate, and this might work. I'm gonna have two of those. I wish I'd, well, it's not too late. I can do, just don't like that. I can do this right here, and that kind of separates it, even if it's only on only part way. It's a little jar of bees with pink flowers, and it has the same color scheme as in that collection, so it's kind of cute. There, and can I squeeze that in anywhere? Not really, it doesn't make sense, and that leaf is too much. So let me look and see if I have any more of the tropical leaves. I divided all my Rosie Studio ephemera with 8,000 pieces and put them in these this packaging from Bramble Fox. And It's a little, just something that's too different. And I've gone in and out of the packaging so much that I've destroyed it. Now I have just bought some more sturdy packaging, and I think I can use it. Would that make sense anywhere? It does not. And I don't have any more of these little guys. I love those. I love these too, but they're not the right scale. You know, I'm just gonna, maybe if I have 2 of those, I do. I'll do that. And I will put these in the more sturdy packaging. I divided, another thing I did was I put one type of embellishment in the back of the card and one on the top. But when you dump out one side, the other side comes out. So that was that was an ill-conceived plan. I'm going to use the other bit of this ticket there, and I'm going to tuck these way in. I'm not going to worry about foam on them because they're raised up anyway. Come on. They are moving around. There, and I'm gonna just stick this under there and let it be there. So let's look at the others. A little bit different version. It's most similar to this one, but I have a little more kind of down here than I did here. I had a lot concentrated up at the top on that one. And this one just went all over the place. I do have the tropical leaves from that one, or like that one does. So thank you for watching, and happy Groundhog Day. Bye.